what's up, Skywalker with Imagination Creation Films, and today we're talking about these, the Sirui Nightwalker Super 35 cinema lenses for mirrorless cameras, and ooh, they're so cute and just a little awkward. So before we get started, a little housekeeping. Sirui did send these lenses over to me for review, but no money has changed hands, and Sirui has no say whatsoever in the review. So you can rest assured that you'll get the same old, fair, lovable, honest review as always. So, you could subscribe. So these are the Sirui Nightwalker lenses, and they are Super 35 lenses designed for mirrorless mounts. They come in E, RF, XL, and Micro Four Thirds mounts. Surprisingly, they're on sale right now too, so you can actually get a set of 5 for less than $1,500 on B&H. These have T1.2 to T16 iris on them for, some serious shallow depth of field. And they have a 31 millimeter image circle, so APS-C Super 35. These lenses feature 12 blades on their iris for, a very concentric circle bokeh. And they have 67 millimeter filter front thread. So, just shows how compact these lenses actually are. I'm a giant, so you can tell these things are huge. Now, the lens gears are aligned with each other on all the lenses, so lens swaps are fairly quick. They have a 270 degree focus rotation and about a 70 degree iris rotation. They're available in either metric or imperial. Unfortunately, mine are metric, so all of my focusing was off. I'm kidding. They also only weigh about, a pound, like just slightly over a pound. Yeah. So I've had the original engineering samples for a while now, and now the production set. And I feel like they've got a very consistent build quality across all the lenses. Now, before we get into what I think of them and what I believe, even though I just technically gave you a little bit of it, I want you to know what I believe they are and what they're not. But first, let's take a look at what they can do.
I see it in your eyes. Yeah, I can read the signs. You need to get away. It's time we make a change. Oh, you know you'll always have me. Baby, I will always stay with you. So put your trust in me. We'll work it out, you'll see. You and I, let us run away. We can go where we want. I'll have your back if you'll have mine. You and I wanna leave everything behind. If you wanted to, promise you we will be alright. If it's you and I. You and I, let us run away. We can go where we want. I'll have your back if you'll have mine. You and I.
Don't you just love charts? Me too. And practical tests are always fun when the sun doesn't come out from behind the clouds for weeks at a time. Buzz Aldrin also loves it too, so, you know. That's a quick chart there and a practical test of these lenses. And let's get into what I think about each of them and, you know, kind of what I've discovered. The 16mm is soft at T12 with a fair bit of CA in the middle and much more on the edges. But that cleans up fairly fast by T2 with a slight amount of CA on the edges. Now at T2.8, it's fairly sharp, even at the edges, and at T4, it's rather crisp. Focus breathing is minimal on the 16, and there's a bit of vignetting on the 16 and at 1.2 until about 2.8. It kind of cleans up over there. The 24mm, well, it kind of mirrors the 16, being soft with CA in the middle at T1.2, and then it clears up a little more, and then like the 16, it clears up at T2. It gets a little soft again at T2.8, and then clears back up at T4. I guess it's possible I was 100% in focus at T2.8 for that strange result, but I did check. Focus breathing is minimal on the 24, as well as we do have some barrel distortion on the 24. Now this wasn't present on the 16 or even on the 35, which is next. There's also a little vignetting wide open as well. Now the 35mm is less soft at T1.2 than the previous two, but with a bit more CA. Again, that clears up starting at T2 with the CA almost completely gone. T2.8 is crisp, as is T4 and T5.6. Focus breathing is slightly more, but still fairly minimal. Now, the 55mm is soft at T12. You start to see a trend here with similar CA to the 24. And again, that clears up at T2. T2.8 is rather crisp with very little CA, and it stays sharp through the rest of the range. Now, the 55mm does exhibit some pincushion distortion, which is a bit out of place compared to the 16 and the 35, and polar opposite of the 24mm. There is a little focus breathing visible. The 75 is at T1.2 quite a bit better than the others. It's pretty crisp with just a little CA. At T2, CA is gone and it's really sharp. It's crisp and clean all the way through the iris. There isn't any distortion despite my camera being, a slight angle there. Oops. There's quite a bit more breathing on the 75, but it's not horrible. The bokeh is pretty, as you would expect from a 75, but in fact the bokeh is quite nice and soft on all of them. The color matching between the lenses appear fairly good, and like I said before, these feel fairly nice in construction. They're metal, even for something so small. Now, what I do notice is a little bit of lens noise when adjusting focus and iris. It shows up on scratch mics, but it doesn't appear to be noticeable away from the camera, so, you know, it is something to mention, though. Also, the hard stops, they're seriously hard and vocal, so avoid those. But that's just it. These aren't $15,000 lenses. They're not even $1,500 lenses. These are less than $350 cinema lenses. These absolutely serve a purpose. Are they going to be used on a Hollywood blockbuster? Almost certainly not. But what they can do is give you a set of lenses at an extremely affordable price that, well, actually aren't bad at all and, well, can give you a bit of range, especially if you shoot T28 and above. Now, pro tip, everything doesn't need to be super shallow, and I'm talking to you, Zach. Yes, these do have some limitations. They have CA. Yes, they're soft, wide open. So there's a lot of projects that these are perfect for. CA is character. Softness is character. As the late, great Mark Toya said, there's no such thing as a bad lens, and he's absolutely right. I've used these lenses on some little projects here and there that, well, I kind of thought they turned out great. I'll be able to share those here soon. Are these a set of lenses you can buy once and never need to buy others? Nope, not at all. Are these a set of lenses you can get started with and make some pretty nice looking footage and probably some money on the way? Yes. Are these lenses something you can add to your collection when you need funky CA, softness, and a little awkwardness? Absolutely. If you shoot these at T28, they're not bad, especially for the money. So here's the thing. I don't do negative reviews, which means if I review a product and you see the review, that means I like the product. Well, more than I don't. I don't think anyone should have to sit through a video of someone who says, well, something sucks. So that's a funny way of saying, I like these. They're fun. They're useful. They're not everyday glass. They're, let's give this film some grit, some edginess, some uncomfortable character. And yeah, I said that. And if you took that as a negative, you need to seriously look at some of your film ideas. I'm kidding. In all seriousness, these lenses will do more for you than you could possibly imagine if you're willing to step out of your comfort zone and recognize that lenses are a character. And we need more character in our films at times. Now, there's tons of lenses out there today that do exactly what we're told to look for and what exactly lenses should do. But don't you want to be a little different at times? One of my favorite quotes in life comes from Denzel Washington, who is, one hell of an incredible actor. But he says this: to get something you never had, you have to do something you never did. It's time to stop looking at every lens set the way we always did. It's time to start looking for what we never had before. So, what do you think about all of these? Let me know in the comment section down below what you think. I'd love to know your thoughts on them. And even if you think, they're not for me, go ahead and put that in there. It's totally fine. Let me know what you do like. Let me know what you don't like. And remember to like and subscribe and support the channel by purchasing through any of my affiliate links below, like B&H. But please disable your ad blocker if you're going to use the affiliate links. I've learned that ad blockers are preventing me from getting the credit. I've had lots of people tell me that they ordered, and they did because they got the product, but I didn't get credit for it. And it's not B&H or Amazon's fault. It actually is the ad blocker. So, but you can also really stand out and become a channel member as well. It allows you to be part of the cool kids club like these top tier members. And as always, as I like to leave it, Don't let your passions center around your life. Let your life center around your passions.